Welcome to this week's edition of the sports segment here on MSU Tonight. I'm Corey Sharber.
And I'm Mike Hall.
This past weekend, a couple of the Racer teams looked to build towards success following crushing defeats last weekend. Unfortunately, it seems like more of the same was on the table for Murray State's football and soccer teams. At least one Racer team was able to rise to the occasion.
The Racer football team headed to Toledo on Saturday to build off their performance against Georgia. But the Rockets took off while the Racers stumbled. Quarterback Preston Rice, impressed as he was, passed for 198 yards as well as gaining several yards rushing himself. The Racers started out the game competitive, and regardless of a final score of 45-0, they never stopped fighting. Corey, do you have any thoughts or reviews of this game besides the final score?
Well, you can't look at anything else but the final score. I mean, you go from scoring 17 on the number three country in the world, number three team in the country, to nothing to Toledo. I mean,
see, my thoughts on this team that we have this season are, they have the building blocks to really make something great and leave a lasting impression not only in the OVC but on the entire college football landscape. But are they going to take those building blocks and actually make something out of them? I don't know.
I mean, their quarterback's really good. That wide receiver we got from Florida is really good.
Yeah.
And special teams is great. Just got to put everything else together. And Toledo, you got them. They're in the MAC conference. It's not a bad conference to be in. So you got to give them credit there. I guess, like, if there's anything else I can say, at least there's another game to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. We always have another game, and I think if our defense starts stepping it up, then I think Preston Rice is going to carry us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the team will look different towards the end of the season versus now that they're just starting. So
absolutely. The Racer football team was not the only Murray State organization who had a busy weekend. The women's soccer team had not one, but two matches, winning one and losing one. They hosted the Arkansas State Red Wolves on Friday at Cutchin Field, where Maya Redford had a dominant performance with 2 goals, as well as Lauren Payne also grabbing a goal. To ice the cake, the Racers won that game with a score of 3-1 on Sunday. The Racers traveled to Missouri to play the Missouri State Bears. They battled the entire game, only allowing 1 shot on goal, but ultimately lost the match with a final score of 1-0. They did, however, play a competitive game, outshooting the Bears 7-3. There's still a positive for the team following the weekend because they did bring a win back home to Murray over Arkansas State.
More on Murray State athletics. Our Racers volleyball team brings a winning record to the table. They had a very busy weekend, playing 3 matches at the University of Illinois Chicago Invitational. Not only were they busy, they made Murray proud, winning all 3 matches against Sacramento State, Illinois Chicago, and Bradley University. This really helped them in record standings, now holding a winning record of 5 wins to 4 losses. Corey, overall, the Racers had a lot of battling going on this last weekend, and I think we have an exciting rest of the semester coming up, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, we were harping on the football team a little bit. They are playing some really tough teams, and again, they're still just trying to get everything together.
They're learning.
I think they'll be fine, especially once we get into conference competition, because let's face it, the OVC is not a football conference. Yeah. Soccer team, again, they're just putting the pieces back together. Yeah. They lost the best player the university's ever had a couple seasons ago, and a coaching staff.
I will say Maya Redford is looking pretty impressive, though.
Yeah, I really like her.
Yeah, she's had some phenomenal highlights. Her athleticism is almost unmatched with the teams that they've been playing, and she's the reason that they're, winning games right now. Yeah. So.
And they're, of course, playing teams in major conferences. I mean, the SEC is a conference. I mean, that's cream of the crop athletics right there. And even with the L they took, I still think they're going to win the OVC. So.
I think they will too. Yeah. Well, they certainly have potential to.
Do you have anything on the volleyball team? I think I expect them to win the OVC too.
Yeah, well, from what I've gathered and watched so far, they're having a good season. They definitely play competitive, and it's exciting to watch them build off of this new team that they have, and I'm excited to see where they go this year. So should be a good season.
Of course, I hate to skip past all these teams playing right now, but once basketball season starts, it won't matter.
Yeah,
That's all we're
well,
going to be focusing on.
Following Ja, a lot of eyes are going to be on Murray State.
Oh,
so.
yeah. And remember the rifle team? They're always top 5 in the country. They win the OVC every year.
It.
So, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Sports Segment here on MSU Tonight. Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned.